for you?
Hi, Shann. It's very exciting to be here today on the DI Day. I was actually on a panel earlier.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
It was really cool to talk about, the economics on DePIN and AI, and how that economy is shaping our future, as end users and also as technologists. So it's really cool to be here today.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, nice. And if you wanna do a short intro to yourself, so everyone knows your role and what you do at iExec.
Okay, so I'm the CTO at iExec. For those who don't know us, iExec's been around for a long time, so we are actually celebrating our 8 years of existence. So since the ICO that we did 8 years ago, and what we do is we are an infrastructure project, and our focus is on ownership, privacy, and monetization. So we have that core infrastructure, and that we couple with developer tools to make the developer experience very easy when it comes to integrating applications that are privacy preserving and that allow every user to own whatever assets, digital assets they create.
Yeah, it's perfect. I know you explained a little bit simple for me as well, because I'm getting into coding and so on. You're explaining that you take kind of AI agents and you package them in some way.
That's right.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more how it works?
Yeah, of course. So the iExec protocol has been around, as I said, for a long time.
Yeah.
So with the current AI trends that we see and all the excitement around AI is really cool. It's very good, but it's not the way to bring trust, ownership, and privacy into those use cases is not something new for us. So we've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
What we've worked on is making the experience very easy for developers. So we have a developer tool that allow you to take your application, your AI agent, for example.
Yeah.
It could be any application, actually. Take that AI agent code and package it in a way that it can be deployed and run into that environment, that iExec environment. From the infrastructure point of view, we have a decentralized infrastructure based on trusted execution environment, and that's where the magic takes place. So the magic is around, first of all, trust. So it's we're using a technology called Intel TDX, which brings enclaves within where application will run. So the guarantee that we get is that nobody can go and fiddle with the agent. Nobody can change the way it behaves. So you have the guarantee that the agent you are interacting with will behave in the way that you anticipated. The second thing that those trusted execution environment bring is the confidentiality. So we talk about confidential computing and
like privacy and so on.
Privacy, exactly. So what we bring also is the guarantee that whatever interaction we have with the agent will remain private. So that happens at the execution when the agent is doing his stuff, his logic, and his decision making. And we guarantee also that from the interaction, the external interaction, for example, the prompts that you could feed to the agent or whatever input you would feed to the agent will remain private. And to do that, we have the blockchain, where you define the governance. How can my data be used? I want my data to be consumed only by that application, which is running the agent, and nobody else. And we guarantee that. And we guarantee that when you define the data, when it's being sent over to the agent, and it's private also when the agent runs. So it's end-to-end encrypted, and even during the computation.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think so important now when we have this AI boom, having a trust layer for all applications. Essentially, I think the timing is right as well, because this AI boom, we're seeing such a big adoption of it, and everyone is using it in all different ways, but they haven't really been thinking about that, security and the privacy and having that in mind. And I think you're there, having that trust layer in place is essential.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the capability of iExec and what excites most users and developers. What would be if you would choose a single thing, or what you guys do?
If I would choose a single thing is I think we are there's different ways to handle privacy and ownership. And what I'm the most proud about is what we've built on top of the protocol to make that experience very, very easy, and is just the beginning of it.
So like the user interface, the user experience.
Yeah, the developer experience. And what you see right now is only the beginning of how far I want to go with the experience. We used to talk about developer experience, but I think there's another thing that is much more interesting, given the current trends and the way that developer now engage with new languages and new technologies. So it's about making the developer experience align with the way they do things. So we want to make iExec much more AI developer friendly. So, just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like you explained, you interact with Claude, for example, to build an application. You don't know that much about the protocol itself and, the intrinsic of it. And that's where I want to go as well. So make that thing very, very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth for all the developers to integrate it and so on.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So talking about that, like the capability and so on, but do you have like a use case or like a case study of someone integrating your tech and so on that you're like most proud of, or like the one you want to showcase and so on?
Yeah, I can talk about what we've achieved recently to demonstrate, how far you can go with iExec. Again, AI is not something specific to iExec. It's just a use case that fits perfectly with a value proposition. So right now, people can build AI agent with Elisa OS, DeepSeek, all running in the trusted execution environment operated by the iExec protocol. That's really the core of our value proposition for AI. But it doesn't stop there. When you look at AI, there's an AI pipeline which starts with training models. You can have some Gen AI as well that you can use to generate images, generate any kind of or solve any kind of problem. And then you have AI agents. So iExec value proposition on AI starts from training up to the inference. So for AI training, I guess you need a lot of data sets to train your model or overtrain your model. And what we provide or what we do is giving the ability to dataset providers to keep that asset. We believe that a data set is an asset that has good value and that you want to own and monetize under the conditions that you want. So from that point, so data set owners can get into the iExec model to propose and contribute their assets and get reward out of it. When it comes to AI agent or applications, again, you package your app, you deploy it, you define the conditions, the monetization conditions, for example, and that's where the magic or the protocol works, connecting those end users, dataset providers with application owners. And also on the back, infrastructure providers where the computation happens.
So you're also integrating like backend to both the whole
absolutely
whole journey.
It's not just about providing the physical infrastructure. It's about giving the ability to developers to build applications that will run on that infrastructure in a privacy preserving way, in a trustworthy way.
And how is the easiest way for developers to kind of get into iExec? Because you explained this smooth UX interface. Like, how would they come in contact with it? How would they start using it?
Again, I said I was very proud about everything we did over the protocol. So we've created like a path for developers to understand iExec value proposition and start building valuable or interesting use cases on top of it. The first thing that we did was a very simple hello world where you can understand what is confidential computing, how do you protect data, and how do you consume that data in a privacy preserving way. That was the very basic, the foundation of what we do. So once you understand that, and once you understand how you can have your users interacting with your application without you as a developer having access to that data, it becomes very powerful. So that was the main or the foundation of the journey, the builder journey.
Yeah, to get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we did next is having prepackaged applications that showcase again that value proposition. So we have a tool called Web3 Mail, which is a tool that allow you as a developer to interact or send a communication to your end user based on their email address without knowing their email address. So again, it's the same principle.
Okay, so it's zero knowledge, kind of like you encrypted.
We do it with those T's, the trusted execution environment on the back. So we've got a couple of prepackaged application that developers can integrate into their applications. And then we have what we call the iApp generator, which is the tool where you can take any app, Web2, package it in a way that it runs within the iExec infrastructure. So we got that journey, that builder journey that makes it step by step to get the most value.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. It sounds like the laid out plan for developers to be onboarded is very smooth and so on. Yeah, that's really great. I wanted to talk a little bit about your journey with iExec and what's your plan for this year and coming year, like this 12 months coming, like 2025? Are you planning anything? Are you having any launches or?
Maybe we can split that into two areas. Maybe we can start with the technical, and then we look at what, from a business point of view, what we're trying to do as well.
That's it.
Actually, both are very related. From technical point of view, we've got the infrastructure now that is fully ready for developers to onboard, especially on new AI use cases. So we want to push hard on that. So we just release our AI focused worker pool. So that's a set of machines dedicated to running AI workloads. So if we have AI builders out there, they can reach out
and try it out.
They can try it out, and we'll be very pleased to showcase that to them. The second major focus that we have this year is making our technology available to builders on an even wider audience. So we are looking at partnering with major L1 and L2s to make our computing infrastructure available to those partners. And from the business side, we just announced last week the launch of our ecosystem fund. So we are dedicating 1 million RLC token to the ecosystem. To builders who have a focus on privacy, ownership, and monetization, especially on the AI use cases.
So essentially, builders that want to try it out or utilize it, and
builders who want to utilize iExec solutions. So it's dilutive and non-dilutive investments that we will make this year on this project.
All right. And how can they sign up for this, or how do they get in contact?
You can find everything on our website, iex.ec, and they can look up for the investment fund and the grants program also, which is combined with that ecosystem fund.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's really nice. That's a good way into your solutions as well and try it out.
That's right.
So,
absolutely.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, just wrapping up, is there anything else you wanted to say or mention here?
Maybe a call to action for people watching, or especially builders in the AI space. I just want to say that there's you guys are doing great stuff, great work in making AI agent more and more useful to the community and to the users. What I'm saying and what I'm urging you to do and look at is how do we bring more trust in the AI space, because that's really the core.
I think it's going to be one of the biggest points coming out this year and next, because it's growing so fast and the adoption is so quick, and there hasn't been a lot of focus on the privacy and trust.
That's
so
right.
Now it's essential.
It's the right time to look into it. And there are solutions, iExec or other solutions, but really it's time to look into how to bring more trust to your end users and protecting their assets.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for the interview.
Great. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you.